Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Colonial Downs here on Thursday. It is the 10th of July, 2025. Gonna look at the 10th race from Colonial, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the 10th race from Colonial, which is an allowance race per $72,000. Races for 3-year-olds and upwards. Never won a race in the main claiming starter or Virginia restricted race or state allowance, blah, 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 blah. Now where's the one? We have a field of 11 horses going 1,600 meters or a mile on the inner turf course. Gonna take the 8 horse hold out as a top selection. 8379 for me in the superfecta. 8379 super top selection 8 horse hold out. This 4-year-old gelded by Street Boss. Suzanne Sedinas trains this one. Forest Boyce gets to mount. They ran the horse most recently on the 25th of May at Laurel. First off the refreshing, mile 16th in the lounge race 50,000. Finished fourth by 4 1/4 lengths that day. And, sat back early, had a tiny bit of a turn of foot that day. It went quite slow to the middle fractions that day. They moved it up a little bit late, but, closed up well. I didn't think it was that bad race. I think it was second off the bench coming to this turf course that could play towards closers. I think he could find a trip to win here today. Ran two back on the 8th of November at Laurel, 1 mile in the launch race, 56,000, stepping up in wager class from the previous race. She held her own out that day. She finished fourth by 5 lengths that day. Was a bit wide that day. Moved a little bit late. Just couldn't keep the straight course. Also was lugging in a little bit, but I've seen worse races from horses there. And then a claiming 30 at Laurel, mile on the 18th of October. Won by 3 lengths, stepping down in class. She sat back early. She had a great pace to close up until she was a little bit wide, but she got the job done. A very good, strong run that day back to the turf. They ran her off the turf on the mud at Laurel, the 1 turn mile, and claiming 30,000 prior to that off the bench, where she finished second by 1 1/4 lengths that day. She was very rank that day. They let her go to the front end. If the race was 7.5 furlongs finishing at the normal finish line, she probably would have won. But with the longer stretch there, she just kind of got overtaken late. But keep in mind, quite a few horses out of that race were next out winners, but our turf numbers are quite up to par. Coming here a second off the bench to this turf course, I think she has a serious chance of winning. I think the 3 horse Magic Pathway for Paco and Michael Trombetta win also. Took her 4 starts to break the main, but she finally did last time out on the 26th of May at Monmouth. Mile 16th in the main special weight, won by 1.5 lengths from a tracking trip. She really took off clear. Her races at Goldstrom before that, a very nice place in the main special weight in April there at Goldstrom with the 7.5, and then over the mile 16th at Tampa back in March, she had a very good third place finish where she ducked in on the inside a little bit late, where she just couldn't keep the straight course. But coming to a routing trip for the first time, I thought she showed a very good effort there. Coming here at 4-1, another horse. I think she's loaded. She watch out for her. Even the 7 horse decanted with blinkers on here today for the first time in a little bit of time. If you look at some of the races she was racing last summer, those are very tough races. I think she's down in class here today from her previous races. I'll give her a shot or him a shot here at 6-1 in this very wide open race. That's what I love about these turf races, Colonial. They can go a few ways. But to recount my selection for the 10th from Colonial now, gonna take the 8 horse holdout, give kudos to the 3 horse Magic Pathway and the 7 horse decanted, 8379 Super, 837 in the multi race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.